Okay, good evening, everyone. Today's date is the 16th of November, 2024, and the time is 7:41 here in Ireland. Okay, this evening we have Michael Lewis joining us, Julia Ankerhaven, Dennis Mulcahy, and MG. And I am Soma Arar. So I think maybe it would be nice to go straight into the channeling more or less. I know the last 2 weeks, I don't think I have channeled. I definitely didn't channel last week. But yeah, Dennis, if you would please begin with the prayers and protection.
Very good. Okay. The prayer that came across it some years ago. Kind of forget where. It has the name of the Law of One prayer, different to the material that came from channelings from Ra, but it's called the Law of One prayer.
Isn't the Law of One prayer in that huge book?
No, it's called the Law of One, and it is a collection of channelings that came through in the late 50s, I think. And David Wilcox refers to it quite a lot, and a lot of people. I haven't read it yet, but this has got a different source.
Okay.
All right. And I will say it and then repeat it twice. This is a prayer of protection and acknowledges the divine within us and within all. We are all one. When one is harmed, all are harmed. When one is helped, all are helped. Therefore, in the name of who I am, and I am one with all there is, I ask for the greatest good of all here concerned. I give thanks that this is done, it is so. We are all one. When one is harmed, all are harmed. When one is helped, all are helped. Therefore, in the name of who I am one with all there is. I ask for the greatest good of all here concerned. I give thanks this is done, it is so. We are all one. When one is harmed, all are harmed. When one is helped, all are helped. Therefore, in the name of who I am, and I am one with all there is, I ask here for the greatest good of all concerned. I give thanks this is done, it is so. And I will give that affirmation shared by Blossom Goodchild. I am the light. I am the love. I am the truth. I am. I am the light. I am the love. I am the truth. I am. I am the light. I am the love. I am the truth. I am.
Oh.
Very good.
Was that 3 times?
Yes.
Oh. Can you do it some more, Dennis?
Yes. Yes, I won't charge any extra for a few more
Lovely.
times.
Thank you. It's not okay. I was going to make a very bad joke then, but I don't think the audience would appreciate it, so I won't.
All right.
Would you please do it a total in 7 times?
All right. So I'll say it 4 more times. And this is something that everyone is invited to state and claim for themselves. I am the light. I am the love. I am the truth. I am. I am the light. I am the love. I
Yeah.
am the truth. I am. I am the light. I am the love. I am the truth. I am. There you go.
Thank you, Dennis. Was that 7 times?
I think so.
Okay. So let us all begin with a meditation. So feet flat on the floor, as comfortably as you can be, back straight. Get comfortable. Thank you, Dennis. Take some deep breaths in through your nose, down to your belly, and hold it for as long as comfortably possible, and release. Breathe out through your mouth, and do that 2 or 3 more times. Breathe in through your nose, down to your belly, and breathe out through your mouth. And visualize a torch above you, a beautiful white beam of white, golden, glistening light, like a torch beam coming down from above and covering the whole of your body and your aura. And this light becomes internal, reaching every pore, every part of your body. And visualize Jesus on your left, or Yeshua, Mother Mary in front of you, your spirit guides on your right, and Ashtar commander behind you. You may also see other beings in love and light, such as Syrian or Lyran, or other positive, loving ET races. You may see animal spirit guides, you may see crystals, color, symbols, sound, etheric beings of light surrounded by love. You may see images of the pyramids or the Sphinx, past lives. You may see images of yourself as a child or loved ones in spirit. You may get a sense of playfulness and a childlike nature. You may see a lotus flower or chakras opening up. But one thing that you can most definitely feel more strongly than anything is the presence and energy of Ashtar, Commander, and Jesus. Merlin as well. Many of you are so gifted in different modalities. Many of you, most of you, that are different all have a healing ability. And we would recommend, thank you, we would recommend for these times ahead, at least until March, just to focus on your own healing, your own energy, your own energetic physical bodies, and to tap into your own healing abilities and to direct that energy towards yourselves, to bring your healing abilities to your own bodies, your own nervous systems, your own DNA, and to also direct it towards the very recent upgrades that so many of you have had in order to bring healing and, most importantly, thank you, balance to the upgrades. We have explained several times before, when you awaken too fast, you can burn or frazzle your circuits, causing what Soma knows as a Kundalini awakening. But what can happen sometimes is that this can happen too quickly or too rapidly, too instantaneously, and that can cause your bodies, your nervous systems, your physical apparatus to frazzle and dismantle, causing mental health issues. So we would recommend sending healing to yourselves in order to create more balance with the most recent upgrades, to integrate and balance these energies, because they have been extremely intense for you. No. You are protected. Even those of you that are highly targeted. Our energies affect many of you channelers in a very physical way, and you will often see this one with a reaction that she's just had of shaking. And this is often caused, not always, but often caused, because we are working with your physical bodies and directing energy and healing into you to clear your systems from negative, let us say, technology, or technology that is used in a negative way. Thank you. We understand that some of you here this evening have questions. And now is a perfect time
I have a question about a guru called Simon Parks, who appears to be misleading his followers. He makes predictions which do not come true. He changes his tune many times. He doesn't offer any explanation. I am quite baffled by what his agenda is. Is he working for the light? Is he trying to establish a religious cult? Anything, the Pleiadians, you can tell me about him would help me greatly.
We hope that answers your question.
Yes, thank you. That makes a lot of sense, and I can accept well all of it. So thank you very much indeed.
What Soma will say is that there are many people in the spiritual public fields who, well, when she says many, she means a few, actually. There are a few who, and she is not going to name names, mostly. But there are people in the very well-known publicly in the spiritual fields who have come to their own realization in the past that they are involved, involved in groups that they no longer wish to be involved in. They choose a different path. You all have pasts, including Soma, including Dennis. You all have secrets and in the closet, which is okay. We understand this. But what Soma is trying to say is that sometimes these people do leave negative associations and groups and agendas to walk in more light, to walk in more love, to change their life, to continue on. So there are people that work in the spiritual fields, and we are not including the person not necessarily including the person that you just asked the question about, but we are actually speaking of other people. No. Soma feels that Dennis has something to say about this.
Yeah, on Simon, I have good things to say about him. It is true that he has a past which could be looked on negatively, with his family or connections, but that was something of his soul journey, to have that connection and to incarnate with some of that knowledge and connections. And even more dramatically, Simon has publicly shared that he understands his soul has three parts: one being human, one being mantid or mantis, and one being reptilian. And indeed, he has made his choice as a soul to act for humanity's good, even though other aspects of his soul might have invited him to do differently. And indeed, in this lifetime and in this body, he's had the experience of having some interference from the reptilian side, which created some bad effects for others and himself. And that is something that he has learned from. And at the moment, he is starting a group which isn't a religion. It's a group of people of, there's no money involved in this group. Anyone can join for free. There's no rules in it. And it is to unite people of some spiritual awareness, with a focus on becoming more aware of what's going on, and also of service and looking to how they can help themselves and others in the community. And this group is also got recognition or connected with the Alliance and with the Trump project. So we will see what will happen there. And like all human organizations, without exception, there is none that can operate without misunderstandings, confusions, lessons, persons getting offended and upset. There is no project that can avoid that. And then he, in his activity, he now has people. He's more than 100,000 people who are in this group, have some connection with it, affiliated with it, choose to join it, and it has the potential of good. And then some people who have got upset because they didn't get a position they wanted, or they didn't like choices that were made, have been vocal in criticizing it, and that will continue. But I have respect for Simon Parkes, and I am hopeful that he will continue to contribute in a positive way. And there's always potentials for things to go off the rails, but at the moment, it has him and his group as my support and admiration and blessing.
Thank you. We would like to talk some about unity consciousness, because that seems relevant with what you are speaking and asking in this time of ascension and the last battle, as we call it. unity consciousness needs to, you need to unite within groups, come together, whether it's a family group or a soul group or Starseed's group. There will always be naysayers, and it is a game of chess. It is a war between light and dark. What matters most is the energy. Thank you. What matters most is the energy of the majority and what that energy contains and entails and is made up of. So you will find that and this is actually quite some news for Soma, that not that the dark has penetrated the light within very physical humans and groups on your earth, but that the light has actually managed to penetrate the dark in this ascension period, which hasn't been done before. That hasn't been done before. The darkness in Atlantis wasn't penetrated by the light, but this time it has been. And that is very evident in, perhaps not so evident to the majority of people on your planet, but it is evident to some people in politics that your political systems and groups within that environment, within those proximities, are infiltrated by the light, which is new. That hasn't happened before. Are there any questions regarding this?
You're muted, Brian.
Okay, sorry, thank you. While I agree with the need for unity consciousness, I have to make a comment and a question here in regards to unity consciousness. I'm all for it. At the same time, we literally, just like the light you're saying is infiltrating the darkness, we still have a lot of infiltration of the dark in our community. We have those who are running a false line and are gatekeeping. We have those who are literally paid probably by the three-letter agencies. We have handlers who have launched something by the name of Project Oblivion to retaliate against people in the movement and literally physically attack them, as some people have ended up in the hospital from these attacks. And so perhaps, and I'm asking for help, any assistance that the positive Pleiadians can render with no conflicting agendas in these situations, I welcome, because it's difficult to counteract a telepathic handler who also has access to state-of-the-art psychotronic warfare weaponry.
You are very knowledgeable in your field. We and Soma admires you. There's an admiration there. It is sometimes hard for people to understand that it is through the darkness that the light gets in. Where the healing can occur and the darkness can come to the surface to be exposed to the light or to reach a higher level of consciousness and awareness. This is actually a very deep subject regarding consciousness and natural laws. So we cannot, and we never do, give a yes, no, or an easy answer or explanation, because you are actually asking a much bigger picture. It is not just, and it is never just about the the question you are asking about is about the physical attacks, and Soma is not aware of what you are, or of the physical attacks that physical attack or attacks that you are explaining. But we are showing her very clearly that you cannot there's many aspects to this question that you're asking, and one of them is that you cannot thank you. You cannot reach a higher state of ascension, which is the trajectory that you are on. You cannot reach a more pivotal level of consciousness without all this dark negative energies, agencies, groups, technology, all being exposed, including some of the more darker or deeper or underground, under base. So the very dark negative aspects as well need to come to light. And this, it is a chess game, and these negative ET energies, as Soma calls them, reptilian energies, not exclusive to reptilian, but reptilian are part of this group or negative agenda, negative alliance, let us say, that does not want to end this hold or era or contract, which has already physically ended between the light and the dark battle between so the negative agenda is doing everything in its power to maintain their very loose grip over humanity at the moment, because it has significantly reduced since 2019, where humanity started to, the consciousness of your planet, the consciousness of Mother Earth, the consciousness of, let us say that again, the consciousness of Mother Earth, which we are aware that you are aware is a living being. So as well as the consciousness of humanity has raised since 2019. Many people thought it would be in 2012. But this is an ascension process, and in order for the light to fully step into its power and win, as Soma would phrase it, the dark needs to be exposed. So there will be more attacks. There will be more individual attacks, more targeting individuals, more more use of technology in a negative way on targeted individuals. There will be more of everything that the negative agenda is doing to try and win this war between light and dark. It is tennis match. It is a chess game. It is a battle that once was very visible from normal human beings on your planet, very physical to normal human beings on your planet. There are many discoveries that we have said that will come to light, and many of those are starting to come to light. Underground areas, underground tunnels, underground bases, underground artifacts, underground historical spaces, objects, areas, tunnels that have been used for good and bad. And sometimes the same areas have been used for both the good and bad, or positive and negative. We're kind of veering off your question there.
Well, this makes a lot of sense. The whole give and take in the developments. We have a unity consciousness, but we still have to purge the snakes, vipers amidst us, unfortunately. But that's not necessarily inconsistent with unity consciousness, because as they expose themselves, people become more aware of the tricks of the other side. And as people become more wise to this, then that with that comes a spiritual growth. But as you say, it seems like it to the normies, it was more apparent, but now the game is getting more complex, if you will. This is kind of part commentary and part information. I'm not making a direct allegation here, but are Pleiadian friends familiar with the individual known as Thor Han, who's in contact or is a soul family being to Elena Denon here on Earth?
For Soma, can you say the name again?
Thor Han is supposed to be a Pleiadian who is
H-A-N?
H-A-N, Thor, Thor, Han, H-A-N, like Han Solo. Thor Han is supposedly the being who's in touch with Elena Denon and is helping to give her information from the Galactic Federation. And apparently, this Thor Han person appeared to a person in our community in the astral or the etheric, letting our friend know that the current Elena Denon that we're all seeing for in the public eye is not actually the real quote unquote Elena Denon. And the real Elena Denon may be being held in an underground base somewhere. And this Elena Denon on the surface, who seems to have changed in her trajectory quite radically from her earlier initial days, might be a clone or a black goo avatar or something of that sort.
Bear with us. Bear with Soma. Oh.